Hello, dear friends. This is my new initiative for you. As I have committed on the eve of New Year that I'm going to read out some books with you. So the first book I have chosen for you is a book based on Osho's philosophy, and the title of book is Love, Freedom, and Aloneness: The Kone of Relationships. This is quite an interesting book, and as the book is based on a spiritual philosophy, so while going through this book, while listening to it, I want to make it clear that it's not necessary that everything written in this book would be based upon facts, because all the scriptures and the books based upon spiritual philosophies, they have certain manipulations, and sometimes these books, the claims made in such books, the assertions made in such books are not purely based upon facts. So, keeping this thing in mind, we are going to read this book out, and this book starts with a preface, and then there are various parts of this book. Uh, I have decided to go through this book from the page 1 to the last page. So let us start with the preface of the book. The preface is quite interesting, and I would suggest that you should listen to these audios when you get rid of all the anxieties and all the tensions of your daily routine, and when you go to your beds in the night, just play these audios and listen to these audios. Okay, so let us start this book with the preface. The preface started with a quotation of Plato. In Plato's Symposium, Socrates says, "A man who practices the mysteries of love will be in contact not with a reflection, but with truth itself. To know this blessing of human nature, one can find no better helper than love. I have been commenting my whole life on love in thousands of different ways, but the message is the same. Just one fundamental thing has to be remembered. It is not the love that you think is love. It is not the love that you think is love. Neither is Socrates speaking about that love, nor am I speaking about it. The love you know is nothing but a biological urge. It depends on your chemistry and your hormones. It can be changed very easily. A small change in your chemistry, and the love that you thought was the ultimate truth will simply disappear. You have been calling lust love. This distinction should be remembered. Socrates says, "A man who practices the mysteries of love, lust has no mysteries. It is a simple biological game. Every animal, every bird, every tree knows about it. Certainly, the love that has mysteries is going to be totally different from the love with which you are ordinarily acquainted. A man who practices the mysteries of love will be in contact not with the reflection but with truth itself." Socrates. This love that can become a contact with truth itself arises only out of your consciousness, not out of your body, but out of your innermost being. Lust arises out of your body. Love arises out of your consciousness. But people don't know their consciousness. But the people don't know their consciousness. And the misunderstanding goes on and on. Their bodily lust is taken for love. Very few people in the world have known love. Those are the people who have become so silent, so peaceful. And out of that silence and peace, they come in contact with their innermost being, their soul. Once you are in contact with your soul, your love becomes not a relationship, but simply a shadow to you. Wherever you move, with whomsoever you move, you are loving. Right now, what you call love is addressed to someone, confined to someone. And love is not a phenomena that can be confined. You can have it in your open hands, but you cannot have it in your fist. The moment your hands are closed, they are empty. The moment they are open, the whole of existence is available to you. Socrates is right. One who knows love also knows truth, because they are only two names of one experience. And if you have not known the truth, remember that you have not known love either. To know this blessing of human nature, one can find no better helper than love. So this is how the first quotation, the quotation of Socrates, was deconstructed in the preface. This is how it is explained in the preface, and the whole preface revolves around the explanation of this quotation from Plato's books Symposium, and who is actually delivering the dialogues for Plato, it's Socrates. I read this quotation once again, the complete quotation. A man who practices the mysteries of love will be in contact not with the reflection but with truth itself. To know this blessing of human nature, one can find no better helper than love. So this was explained in all of the preface. Now let us move to the part 1, and part 1 of this book is about love only. It is titled as Love, and then there are various chapters in this part, and the complexities of human relationships and human feelings have been discussed in these various chapters. So I'll read out part 1, the introduction to part 1. There are only two passages, and an interesting etymology of the word love is given in these two introductory paragraphs. And as I have told you earlier, that it is not necessary that whatever is written, whatever is asserted or argued in this book would necessarily be true based upon facts. You can check the facts, how much the claims made in this book are true, are based upon facts. So let me read out these two paragraphs for you for today. You will be surprised to know that the English word love comes from a Sanskrit word lobha. Lobha means greed. Lova, lobha. It may have been just a coincidence that the English word love grew out of a Sanskrit word that means greed, but my feeling is that it cannot be just coincidence. There must be something more mysterious behind it. There must be some alchemical reason behind it. In fact, greed digested becomes love. It is greed, lobha, digested well, which becomes love. Love is sharing, greed is hoarding. Greed only wants and never gives, and love knows only giving and never asks for anything in return. It is unconditional sharing. There may be some alchemical reason that Loba has become love in the English language. Loba becomes love as far as inner alchemy is concerned. Okay, ji, thank you very much. So, this was the introduction of part one, and the chapter one of part one of this book is titled Lovey Dovey. That is a very interesting title, and we'll read this section tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. Good night.